So good.
Alright guys, we're here. We have the R8 in the shop. I'm gonna get ready to start tearing this thing down and do the supercharger on it. To start things off, here is said R8. I have the AC machine hooked to it. I'm gonna start by evacuating the system. Service ports are under the luggage compartment. Then I'll go in, hook the laptop up to it. We'll read the file off of the ECUs, send that out to VF Engineering so that they can read the file and then send me an updated tune file for the supercharger. These will go away and have a nice blower sitting right in your face. So I'm going to start out by pulling all the wheel liners out and the under trays under the engine. Getting all the trim out of my way, and I will lower the car back down and start on top side. If ever I have weird deja vu from all of this stuff doing the exhaust. That's a talented camera guy. Huh? Camera guy is holding the camera and a shield.
Oh, good work right there.
Ta-da, bottom of the motor. There's like 200 screws for a couple of trays. Alright, begin by taking off all this trim, getting ready to access. We'll pull this off, we'll pull the glass, then we'll pull this brace. I've taken off the couplers between the throttle bodies and the mass airflows. There's that one. This T, I disconnected one of the lines so I could reroute it underneath this one and get it not to kink, and then reattached it once it made it to that point. And I'm going to test fit the plate next. So just to kind of give you guys a preview, show you what I mean. Supercharger plate will set on.
Ready?
Yep. Alright, what we're doing, now that I have supercharger in hand, I'm going to dry fit it down onto the plate, then take a paint pen and mark alongside these pulleys on the firewall, because that has to be cut out for the installation. And then we'll put our own piece of sound deadener there, because it's thinner. And this thing is ungodly heavy and awkward, so I try to avoid plastic. Preview of big giant supercharger. And the bottom of the supercharger base, there's dowels to line it up with that plate so that it sits square. Heard that drop in. I'll take a paint pen, mark that out around those pulley edges there. Alright, with that marked, we'll pull the supercharger back off. I'll finish drawing my lines to connect it. Then we'll get this thing cut. Firewall's trimmed. Gonna grab the sound deadener, trim that to spec, and put in this place. If you can see with me, the next thing I'm gonna do is remove these two AC lines, so it will allow me to put the pulley bracket up there. We have the bolts out of the AC lines, so I'm just gonna wiggle that loose. Boom. What I need, if I can get these AC lines down out of my way here to allow me some room. 100% helped. Now it's just getting it to where I can see. Snug that up, get a lock washer on and call that a day. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this up in there. I'm gonna get it on the car and get it placed for the final time. No way did I nail that first shot. I guess I did. That is it's gonna be a challenge because there's literally no room. We just finished, got the belt routed on the supercharger, got that all finally on there. That's a pain in the butt. It takes two people to do so. It's just much easier that way if you got a lot of leverage. So I've reconnected the AC lines, and we are getting ready to start reconnecting all the coolant lines. guys, I've been like jerking this camera all over the place, trying to get this line in here. Now we are ready to tackle the fuel system. We got my fittings, we got our 2 fuel rails. It's very important that you pay attention to which cylinders these came out of. Fuel rails are extremely nice, good machine work. If I can just work this edge up loose. There we go. You're gonna help install? Hi. What are you doing? I have to prime the fuel system, check that for leaks. If everything is good to go there, then I'll double check my cooling system and then move on to attaching this red piece, wiring in the power supply for the coolant pump, and then just the main vacuum lines to reattach the air filters, and should be on from there. So we, for my better judgment, reused the O-rings for the fuel injectors. So that's all it said to do is transfer them over. And I opened the door just to kind of prime the system, and we shot fuel all over the place. Mostly on the driver's side, on bank 2. So I'm gonna just pull this apart, go over to the local dealership and grab some new O-rings for the car, reassemble it. Then we should be back and making progress. Coolant lines are on, coolant pump harness is wired in, getting ready to plumb this on. The phone's gonna ring like always. So these have to be oriented a certain way. So it has that notch for the bolt, and then this one. I was like, thanks, good luck, I don't know.
What are we doing? What could be that?
Filling the coolant system right now. That'll be enough for when the time comes. Where we're at with this stage now is coolant is full. We're gonna replace the spark plugs, put a new set in there, and then I'll hook the battery charger up, cycle the car on, get ready to throw the tune on it.
Attempting to pull coil packs out of an Audi R8 v10. Just take it to the dealer. Don't try to do it yourself at the house. You're gonna hate life.
Or bring it to Speedhaus.
Yeah, or bring it here, but don't do it at your
Bring it
house.
here, but don't ask Gage to do it, so he'll complain.
I'll do it, but I'm gonna charge you 10 hours.
Okay, so right now we've pretty much finished the install of the actual supercharger itself. And so Matt is downloading the tune file so we can do a test fire, make sure everything works correctly. As long as everything works, we can then put the trim back on the car, put the back glass back on the car, and then start buttoning everything back up.
Where are we at?
We're ready.
We're ready?
We just flashed it, cycled the ignition off, so give me the green light and I'll hit the button.
All right. Are we ready? First startup?
Oh, is he about to start it?
All right, go for it.
Dude, that was like all you could feel on your chest.
So far so good. No lights, just letting it warm up. Make sure I don't have anything crazy.
Can you rate it 1 out of 10?
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Okay, so what are we gonna do now?
The fans are calling for one more,
One more?
so I'll take it to the rev limiter.
Jeez. Oh my.
That was nuts. Wow.
My ears are ringing.
Yeah, man, it's loud.
Well, it works.
It works.
I got still running.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. You gotta send that to me.
Don't have any fluid leaks or anything crazy. I'll go ahead and continue putting the car back together, and we'll get ready to go rip this thing.
Matt just finished putting all the trim back on, and we are going to do the first drive. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Just changing some settings. Put in performance mode so we can rip on this thing.
Let's see what it'll do. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right.
Jesus, that thing is loud. Should probably move a little further out. Roll into it in third from the highway, it's fine. It's like tame, it's good. Roll into it from here, from the stop, it's a bit much to handle.
I swear the pops are my favorite. We're gonna hit every tunnel in Edmond.
No, I did the hit to the end of the on-ramp and let off and made sure no one was around. And because I thought you got caught up, I never saw you. So we cruised at like 50, waiting on you to like roll up.
And we're back.
And we are back. And Trevor is shaking.
Made it back to Speedhaus, and I think this is it for the R8.
Yeah, it's a wrap. We've taken it on numerous test drives, put some miles on it. Now that it's completely finished, we got all the trim back on it. We went out, did some rips. Once again, VF Engineered Supercharged Audi R8. Like, subscribe, comment, share.